time to call your lawyer.
We think about placing that call to Bruce Elshiner, attorney for the injured, and see if we can't get some answers to some important questions from him. I'll tell you how to submit a question for future consideration in just a moment. But one more time today, I want to do something slightly different. What I mean by that is because over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about insurance issues in general with Bruce, who is just a wellspring of great information about insurance and the law and so forth. Anyway, we've got a lot of good feedback, and I thought we'd go down that road one more time today. We've been talking about auto insurance, and I'd like to take a slightly different path today. Let me just caution you that what you're about to hear is just general legal conversation, not specific advice in your specific situation. In order to get that, you've got to sit down face to face with a professional so you can map out your options and know exactly what you're up against. Now, a lot of attorneys offer a free consultation. Bruce Elshiner and Associates certainly offer a free consultation, so you might as well take advantage of that if you're up against some kind of a legal difficulty. I'll tell you what, I'll give you the phone number in a second so you can call and set that up. What we can tell you specifically is don't ever sign anything, don't make any statements, and don't let anybody record any conversations until you have seen a professional. So, let's bring on Bruce Elshiner, attorney for the injured, for today's conversation. Bruce, good morning. I want to start off by saying that we've gotten a lot of great feedback over the past couple of weeks, our conversation about insurance in general, and I was wondering if today we could kind of continue that just one more time.
That'd be fine.
Let's go ahead and if you don't mind spending a few minutes, I'd like to pass along some questions about homeowners insurance that I see on a routine basis as well. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. Insurance companies. Here's somebody who wanted to know if they're starting to exclude from homeowners policy certain things that used to be covered that perhaps you take for granted are still covered. Has there been a change over the years?
Most homeowners companies try to or exclude injuries caused by animals.
Oh, okay, the dog bite situation, for example.
Yeah. Much more specifically, the dog bite or the dog running out in front of a motorcyclist causing him to wreck.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about that before, sure.
Things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, it's, like buying a car but not putting an engine in it, or buying a car and not selling you the tires with the car, because one of the biggest protections that you need under a homeowner's policy is coverage for animals. And people should definitely check to make sure that their homeowner's policy covers their animals if they, in fact, do have animals.
So don't assume that that's automatically covered. That's a question you've got to ask.
Right, and more times than not, in today's world, it's not going to be covered.
Okay.
So you have to tell your agent, hey, find me a company that's going to insure my dogs as well as my house.
Okay, very important point. We love our dogs. We love our pets. Certain responsibility comes with being a pet owner, though, so good. You said something about if a dog, and I know we've talked about cases before where a dog ran out in front of a motorcycle or a bicyclist or something and caused an accident. So obviously homeowners insurance can cover things that happen outside the home.
Exactly. It's your insurance other than car insurance outside of the home.
Okay. So does somebody have to actually be hurt on your property? Or
no, they don't.
Okay.
Your dog could be in another state and bite somebody.
Oh.
And if you have homeowners insurance, they'd still be responsible.
Okay. All right.
Another exclusion you should watch out for is golf carts. They're starting to, in some cases, make an exclusion for golf carts. And that's something that's typically been covered under homeowners, and it's important that it is.
Okay. See, that's something I never would have thought about. And if you're driving your golf cart in the neighborhood or in an area where they're allowed, that's what would cover that homeowner's insurance if there was an accident?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As long as it was in your policy, of course.
Right.
Now, when we were talking about car insurance, you brought up the subject of an umbrella policy being a good idea. Is there such a thing for homeowners as well?
Yes, there is. You should have, if you get an umbrella, it should cover everything. It should cover your home, your cars, your uninsured motorist, your motorcycle, any kind of thing that you need insurance. If you have a boat, it should cover your boat. It's very important that you be insured for that limit for any type of exposure that you may have. One thing that's very important, and it just happened in 2 cases we're involved in, is somebody had $100,000 of liability coverage and then an umbrella policy that started at $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a gap between the $100,000 and the $250,000 that the person was responsible for.
I didn't catch that. Yeah.
Yeah, an agent should never have let that happen.
Mm-mm. But there's nothing you can do about it at this point.
You might have to sue your agent.
I see. Also, just real quick, because we're talking about homeowners insurance, not too long ago we were talking about a case where renters insurance could have played an important part. So just for a quick second, would you advise on that, the subject of renters insurance? Yeah,
renters insurance is very important for someone who rents instead of buys. It doesn't change your liability just because you're renting a house or a condo or an apartment. You need coverage to protect yourself.
So if you're renting a house and somebody slips on your front porch and breaks their leg, that is on you.
Well, it depends on the facts and who caused the dangerous condition to cause them to fall, but it protects you if your dog bites somebody. It protects you if your golf cart runs somebody over.
Okay.
It protects you in a lot of different ways, and it also protects you if there's a fire and all your furniture gets burnt up.
And that, of course, is a big concern as well. Well, Bruce, I think this has shed a lot of light on some of the more common insurance questions that we get, and hopefully that enlightens a lot of people. I'm sure the questions will keep coming, though, and as always, we look forward to hearing from you next week and see what you have to say.
Okay, thanks a lot, Todd.
No, thank you for your time. As always, we give a nice round of applause on the way out. Bruce Shiner, attorney for the injured, some very important questions to you, I should say, and very important answers to your questions. Keep them coming. As a matter of fact, if you've got a question and if you'd like to ask something a little bit more specific about your situation, you certainly can. Here's what you do. You go to our website, kickscountry929.com. Look at the homepage for BLS Bruce L. Shiner and the Ask the Lawyer segment. And then just click there to give as much information as you're comfortable giving. Remember, everything's kept confidential. And then down the road, maybe you get an answer on the radio to your question. On the other hand, maybe something is going on and you'd like an answer, a little sooner than that. Say today, tomorrow, that kind of thing. Well, then why not call and get an appointment? Bruce L. Shiner & Associates offers free consultations. So here's the number to call. 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777 at the Port Charlotte office. Don't let anyone take away your rights. Find out how to protect yourself and your interests by calling today at 743-7777. Tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.